far away. Oh, right. So go me. Now I need to work out how to get into Nick's phone. Okay. Hold on a sec. I've got to find by where I'm at. Oh, don't worry. I've got glasses. What am I playing at? Oh. Okay. Hello. So, I'm afraid it's just me. Carlene is home, which is absolutely super news, but she's decided to stay and have a little rest in the house over there. So, it's just me, but they've let her come home, so she's doing well. I think she's a bit tired though. So, unfortunately, she's not going to join me, but we're all a-okay. It has been totally and utterly wild and windy here today. That it has been like squalls. There's a lot of trees down. Janine and I were coming back from the job this morning, and we were diverted with the truck and trailer and all the animals because a tree had just come down right across the road. So it has been really pretty wild here. And there's lots of debris on the road. So far, we're doing exceptionally well here. We've also got our power, which is lovely. So let's hope it remains that way. It was up about 60 today, and then it was dropped to mid-20s overnight. So that's really quite something. Big change. But we're prepared for it. So well, that's a good thing. We went to Aspen Hill in Haverhill today, and it was Janine and I. We took the Ziggy, we took Larky and Wanda, and we took Delight and Sterling. And the reason we took Sterling was to see how he performs. We took him with Delight because she's a very good role model, and we have to have an idea as to, we have people interested in him, so it's important to know whether or not he has an aptitude for the outreach jobs. And I'm pleased to say he really did. He's very curious. He loads on and off the trailer exceptionally well for such a young boy. And I've got videos. I have Nick's phone. He has my phone. And we were a bit confuddled, but never mind. I have videos on my phone, and they're him going on and off elevators. And he just walks on. If she goes, he goes. And vice versa. She leaves, he leaves. And she is a tremendous assistance for him. So let's hope that she can bring all the positives from her outreach visits, because she's a really nice animal to take round about. She's very gentle, she's very kind, and she's very inquisitive. So those would be lovely traits to pass on to Sterling. I think we probably saw about 44 people. We were accosted. There's a gentleman that we see every time we go to Aspen Hill, and he's an amputee, and he was leaving as we had just driven off, and I said to him, where are you going? I said, we're coming in to see you, and he said, the transport's waiting, because they obviously have to have, he was going for an external appointment, so they obviously have to have people who transport I said, okay. I said, so we very quickly got the two horses off, and we went over to show him our newest addition, who is obviously Sterling. So he was delighted to see him. Then somebody else from a transport, they came out, and then the driver came out. So we were meeting and greeting in the car park before we actually even got inside. But it was a really lovely day. Janine, I'm sure, will be posting pictures. She has got some phenomenal pictures of Wanda and Larky with a gentleman who had had his 101st birthday, and he is a Navy veteran, and he just had the best time. Wanda was sitting on a towel on his lap, and he's just sat and talked to Wanda, and Larky would come over and visit, so that was really lovely as well. Now, oh, everybody's got wind and rain. Yeah, it's just so not very nice. Goodness, New Jersey doesn't seem popular either. Whew. So I'll put the two videos up. I tried to do it while we were in the truck on the way home, but for some reason, whatever happens with it, oh, it's 9 and 10 off. No. Apparently the camera's gone down. Oh, dearie me. This is most bizarre. So I don't know if anybody could write in the comments here whether or not I'm watching behind. Right, the camera is working fine. Okay, because I'll tell you, this is so tricky. It's frozen on Nick's phone. So it looks like I'm not working at all. I just do not know. I tell you, modern technology, it is not for me. Oh, hold on a sec. Right. Right, okay. I'm just going to continue as if everything's A-OK, because I have no idea. So, this weekend, Colette will be in the bar here on Saturday morning, which is just lovely. Nick and I will be over on Meredith. I've just finished evening chores on Meredith about 30 minutes ago, and Janine's big enormous horse stood on my toes, and I'll tell you, it was sore. I'm sporting an injury, and then I'm hoping to get the chicken area that's in the Deagle house opened up to the outside where the fence was repaired. So there's the potential that this weekend you might see some of the chickens out and about. I'm sure I'll be able to let you know on the chat somewhere if we manage to get. I've got stairs to install. I've got the door to. We screwed the door shut because the goats were going in and out and causing lots and lots of trouble. So we actually sealed up the door, so we've got to unseal it and make sure that we have the ability to close it and secure it at night time. There's a lot of of just fine tuning that little area, and then we should have some out and about. And what else were we doing? Right. I brought all the horses in. My horse is white and brown. He is now sort of like very dark brown, dark blackish coloured, and a little touch of brown. All of the horses are just muddy. It's been so warm today, while being rather unpleasant with wind and rain, but they've all been rolling because they've had their blankets off, and they're kicking their heels up, shall we say. But oh my gosh, they are filthy. So I predict this weekend weekend that we might have to shop back out to try and get some of the dust and dirt and debris out of the coats of the horses before they get coats put back on again. Ta-da! Talk about that in a minute. I don't know why that's okay. So apparently, do you remember we turned the camera off because we thought it was interfering with, we were getting circles of doom in the other cameras and we thought it was just overpowering. So we're wondering if we maybe shouldn't do that. Do what? Turn that camera off. This one? Why? Well, what happened was it looked like we were having intermittent viewing on the other cameras, and we wondered if we were just stretching it too far. And since this one isn't used during the day, we wondered if we took it offline, it would. The other cameras having problems? Apparently so. I wasn't aware of this. I have not heard any. Oh, that's good. Well, I didn't know either.
I haven't heard any problems. I've heard people complaining about the comments on the discussion on the website, on the Discuss one.
Apparently somebody said that they are months out.
It's user by user, because I can go on and no issues.
Well, you know the funny thing,
and I can't reproduce it. And
I have had once. I had the.
I thought I did look into it though.
I went on about a month ago, and I was like, oh, I don't know anything about this comment that was coming through, and it was about 4 months old, and I thought, this is bizarre, and I thought, well, it's not really that unusual, it's me, and I was like, yeah, I don't know what I've done, and then I went to reply to a question, and I couldn't. Oh, Wanda. It was like something about you've got to be.
What's right here?
Well, you don't want to.
These are too nice to use in the barn, though.
Definitely. Because you know what we was doing.
No, it's definitely, not definitely. There's no like extra.
Definitely.
Definitely.
No. Depends if you're American or Scottish.
Oh.
The thing is, if you use those in the barn, you'd end up hand.
Yeah. But they're lovely gloves.
Excuse me, your horse took my foot thing, and she is not delicate.
Do you want to put your foot on any dirt?
I actually, and you know, she stood on it. It was really windy, and we were getting these squalls that were. It was rain and wind. And the pair of us were coming up the hill, and she stood my foot, and I went, and I was about to keel forward, and I thought she'll move in a second, and she went, something's not right. This wind's not right, and I'm like, get off my foot! And so she eventually went, I'll just go to the barn. She moved. I grabbed onto her, and Kate's coming behind with Chester, and she's like, what's happening? I'm like, I think she's taking my foot with her.
Yeah, that's when a donkey stands on your foot, don't flail your arms.
No.
You know, a scared donkey stands still and they won't get off.
Yeah. Well, I thought she would just keep moving, but no, she stood still. I was like, yeah.
She is for a donkey.
I'm beginning to think it. So they're in, because it's horrible. Apparently disgust, is it disgust?
Disgust, yeah.
Or disgusting, is doing that to a lot of people.
It's not,
I don't know, it's not that we don't control it.
No, I know, and I can't get it to happen on my account. So I've logged out, logged back in, and I can't get it to the same. So if enough people are, I mean, I'll keep working on it, but I was unable to replicate the error.
Uh-oh.
What?
Those are your mother's gloves.
Okay, got it.
But Nick didn't take them over in case Barty got them in the house.
Oh, right. That's yeah.
So your mother will have to come and get them.
Yeah. She didn't want to go on the range today. She is home. And she's home. Yep, she is home. Went to the supermarket, got her all the essentials, and wanted sorry about that.
Oh, those are the ones you had in the car. One pair were from the Canada Olympics years ago.
Okay.
That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, they're nice gloves, but they're not to be used in the barn because they'll get ruined very quickly.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. That was a good job today.
Yes.
I thought we saw about 44 people.
I got to fill in that thing for Cloud, and I've been working on handwriting all of the envelopes for our Christmas cards. Hopefully, all are going to get Christmas cards, and I didn't screw up. Last night I was Excel spreadsheet and a stack of red Christmas card envelopes. And I'm like going along, and as the night's going on, I literally was doing this for about 4 hours. I was getting the lines confused. It'll be like, Jane Smith at someplace in Texas, but I'll be on the wrong line. So you may get an address without your name. I tried to be a quality control. I was having a glass of wine. I was doing it the quality for the episode. I don't know. Hopefully I'll get a Christmas card. And that's about all we can hope for this holiday season.
Well, that's cheery enough.
That's as cheery as I get. So
we took our Christmas tree out. It comes in 3 pieces,
Oh yeah,
it's real natural. And
well, they grow that way.
They do, with lights and everything. And we plugged it together, and it went, how many lights are on this? Oh, well, there's a Pokemon. I don't know. I give up.
Yeah.
Give up.
Yeah.
We haven't done anything Christmassy quite yet. In fact, I think
oh, yes, she's wearing,
I got my Christmas decoration on.
Yeah, her Christmas decoration. I told her to dress up today for the visit. She comes down with her Christmas decoration. The little thing in her hair.
I'm
in a complete elf outfit.
I wore a red shirt. I never wear red because it brings out the red in my cheeks, right? And I borrowed Nick's. Couldn't get it shut. Had to put on an undershirt underneath it. And then I realized it was one of my barn shirts, and it had bits with holes that had stabbed with me. So I was like, I'm about to give up.
But it wasn't really an outfit. I mean,
I thought it had an outfit.
I could have helped you out.
At 8 o'clock at night, when you tell me I'm coming on the job, and then you say, be Christmassy, I'm like, I've got bells, and that's it. Bells. Look, I mean, they're not even ringy bells.
Yeah, there was plenty of stuff you could have worn. And there was a whole bag in the truck full of little hats and stuff, but no, she just wore her little.
And Janine was trying to make me wear a Christmas tablecloth. See, she's got a cute little outfit, and I come out in a Christmas toga. I'm Christmassy as
How to
that.
rock the nursing home. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good group today. Normally that's a very quiet group, but everybody was really happy to see us.
Although you're in your blinking elf costume and somebody requested singing, I was like, oh,
yeah,
now you're not asking. But the beautiful thing was, she was a lovely singer.
She was. I was like, we can't. You don't want us to sing.
No.
So she sang, and it was really nice. The whole room stopped and listened to her sing the whole song.
Yeah.
It was the Christmas song, I guess. It was nice.
Yeah, really lovely.
Yeah, so that was all good. And that little Tony, the new, what's his name? Sterling. It did fantastic today. This was his first job, and he went on the elevator.
Up and
down. He went in the building. He seemed to like it. He seemed to like the people.
Yeah.
He did better than Flower does. And the best part, he didn't poop inside.
Yeah.
That's what we do. But we do carry a bucket.
And who's taking Flower away?
Yeah, no, I'm taking Flower away because I couldn't get along with Flower. I don't, like, Delight, anybody can take Delight to a nursing home. She's good. Flower, you got to watch her because she gets really, as soon as the treats come out, she gets really nudgy and very excited about the treats. So you got to keep an eye on her. So I figured she'd probably be best with a little bit more training.
Oh.
I've been working on her, but she just likes those cookies too much. But she's very cute. She likes that. She doesn't like people, but she just, as soon as the cookies come out, she's like,
it's gloves off.
Gloves off. You got a cookie, I know you're hiding a cookie.
Gloves off, peace out.
And she does this with her nose.
Yeah.
And that's not good. So I'm trying to teach her not to.
No.
You just can stand there. If there's no cookie, you got to wait for the cookie.
And she's also not used to being ignored.
No, she doesn't like to be ignored.
That doesn't even cross her mind that somebody could ignore her.
Yes. Yeah. So Flower's going down. So back down to South Carolina where she came from to get a little bit more training.
Hello. Thank you.
What is that?
There you go. You have that. That's what you phoned.
Well, you certainly treat
This is Caroline White, and this is Elizabeth. This is probably one of your.
No, that I know. I don't know what it is.
I cleaned up yesterday.
Wow.
Trying to run a tighter ship because like all the pipes broke.
What's that box thing?
project. I don't know how it got here. I don't know what to do with it.
That was in the delivery hut. Yesterday.
Why do people not know that this is, like, why do we still, because I just give it back to the post office man when I see him. I don't know why we still get stuff from there. I don't think they've changed their address someplace. We still get stuff. I just give all the boxes back to the, or the envelopes back to the mailman, but I don't even know how that got here. It was, you got it in the box.
He got it yesterday.
So I don't know who to get that back.
And those are for your mother.
Yes, I've heard that.
Right.
We're on your control. We know where the other ones are.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, but we can't take them.
In there, yeah, we can't take them in.
We can't take them in there because.
That's a good size for large. That's a good operation for large. Yeah, I get that.
Especially those black ones there, those gray ones there.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, yeah.
That's a perfect size for him to eat. Yes.
Next is okay?
No.
Just kidding.
So look at that. So I got a good morning message. What?
We need to put a little Wi-Fi spot in here.
Because we got the circle of doom.
Today we got the circle of doom?
When the door opens and closes.
So what I did say last night was I turned this off.
Yeah.
When the other chat was saying because I think since we went to 7 cameras from 6.
Yeah.
Like it's just too much for the
okay.
system. So I've been turning it off like when because I mean we only leave it on when the chat's on.
Do we need okay, so the that's a good idea, shut that off. The camera for the ducks, why is it facing to the driveway? It should be facing the ducks. I do want to turn it though.
Well,
I'd like
the ducks. I mean,
we need to
the problem is the ducks move around, so somebody actually moves it around.
okay, because every time I look at it, it's facing the driveway. When I think that the ducks.
Yeah, it looks on the driveway at night time, definitely, because there's nothing to see at night time. But there is something moves it around during the day to look at ponds. The thing is, they're not on the pond at the moment because
it's cold.
Oh, they were having a ball today.
Oh, but yeah,
they had so much fun today.
They couldn't figure it out. Like they went into the pond and it was like, hold on a minute. It was like the pond was broken. Yeah, it was like water and then it was ice. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
I love it. They were having a great time. Yeah, they're so funny.
The pond is broken. Well, what's up with the black ducks make a weird noise? They're not.
Well,
like,
I think they're in some sort of season or something like that.
Okay.
Like
They're male.
they've been chasing each other around and like all sorts of stuff.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know about ducks. We're going with this conversation. I saw
So they monetize it.
Oh, those are good. We use those today.
Yeah.
Nice. We have no.
You got one for your hair, one for mine.
Nice. Well, they're
super.
We don't have any good brushes here. We can get rid of all of the broken.
I think this is Eileen. She sends brushes. She also sends really super snaps, but you don't know about that.
Okay. Yes. These are nice. I put one of them in the trailer today.
Thank you, Eileen.
Wow, that's
I
nice.
put one in the truck as well.
That one is look. Mom's having a fun day. Okay. So the line pipe is broken.
Which thing? Again?
Yeah. Well, I think when we put in the emergency valve, exactly what you said happened.
Yeah.
But when I turned it,
for weeks.
I know, but when I turned back on, the pipe that goes underneath the sink, or those were all broken. In addition to the ones that have been broken for all.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, unless you get heating on in there, there's no point in having water. Yeah, which is why we need to get that heater.
So Janine said there's 2 of those, but we can get
I've talked to the guy about getting. I'm good with the heater. It's going to be bolted to the wall. It's going to be safe. That's great. But what I now realize is when we put the safety valve in, we put it in the wrong. Well, I asked him to put it in the wrong place, and now the pipe above it broke. So when you turn the safety valve on, you get water everywhere. So now we have to replace all of that just to get water back.
Yeah, but none of that should break if it's heated.
Right, I know, but I've already broken it. So
we do 2 things: is get the heater on, and and we should buy that pipe blacking through the window.
Oh, yes, that's, yeah, okay, that's, I'll
I
have to
think
do that.
that will,
Yeah.
you know, if you could have a power outage and then,
Yeah.
you
Then
know,
we're in trouble.
same problem.
About having fire outages.
Yeah, we're
like
not always
that.
have fire outages
What happens if
until,
we have a power outage in the barn? That's, I guess we should just leave it at if we have a power outage, leave that thing dripping, but then the water bill,
well, I don't know.
yeah.
Depends on what it is.
Yeah, the problems on top of problems, yes. So anyways, he's coming to,
The problem is all the pipes are on the outside wall, which is kind of bad design. It should have
well,
been.
it's always been that, well, I don't know, it's always been there. Maybe it's because they always have heat on in that tack room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, they used to have the
yeah, yeah.
Your mother had the place superheated, remember?
Oh yeah, it's been, that, the heat, it was nicer than being in, I think the dogs the last couple of years, they didn't have it heated the way I came down here.
I mean, I
was like,
think the difference was, I think they had, because they had dogs in there, there was like a regulation that said you had to have this heated.
yeah, I think the problem with why it was so, I mean, there was the last couple of years, the dogs looked cold to me, and I tried to put them, yeah, but anyway, but I think the changing of putting it's all,
Oh, they took the
they took
raised
the rise,
beds out.
so if you feel like up here's warm, down by your feet is cold.
freezing.
Because this is a cement floor. That floor is cold, but all of the beds were up.
And also, if you've got the entrances to the run,
Yeah,
you get the draft from those doors.
yeah, yeah.
All we need is
So I think, but we've replaced all of that. Now, the animals that we have all have a nice thick coat, but they are not cold despite where we put them.
No.
But, yeah, so, we're gonna get the pipe fixed in the barn before we can have running water in the barn. And, yeah, I'm working on trying
I mean, if you happen to get those pipes reinstalled, I would get them to try and reinstall them away from the walls, which is possible.
okay.
Yeah.
Or put insulation on them as well.
Yeah, he said that the insulation.
Yeah, you gotta have that one. Especially the cold ones.
Yeah.
No, but it is.
Yeah. Every day I'm just like, oh.
Well, I think, to be honest, to put the insulation on, we can do it ourselves. So we can do it.
Yeah.
I used to then buy it.
But right now you can't even, when you turn the water on, water just starts running all over the place. So, and it's hard to have these problems on top of 5 days a week running off to nursing homes and getting the stuff that we, everything else done. So I finally have just said, you know what, I'm just gonna pay the plumber to get it all fixed. Yeah. Yay, and thankfully we have enough in our account, thanks to the generous donors, to fix the water problem, because water is one of those things that you just can't really skip on.
It's a life force.
It's a life force, yes. So, there's two things we can't skip. Charlie White needs to be warm, and,
Water in the barn.
Water in the barn. So what we're planning on, what I'm trying to do right now, we got a quote for $9,000 for a generator, to replace the generator that, left. And, because there's a lot of, the generator is not the biggest expense, but the wiring, the way that it was removed or just cut, that's a problem. Yeah, so that's, we have to, I don't know,
Not as straightforward as, it wasn't a like, switch it off, turn it off,
I thought we could
remove it.
Yeah, I thought we could just pump down the new.
I think they took the wiring.
Yeah, there's some issue with wiring.
You know, just you can do wiring through that conduit.
I'm not that kind of plumber, electrician, whatever you need, but I got the bill.
You're actually not a plumber.
I'm not.
You're
not
not an
that.
electrician,
I'm
but-
actually nothing at this point. I would just like to say that. But the wiring was more expensive than the actual generator to fix the house. So I don't know. I'll show you the bill.
Yeah, it is. It's a big. Well, I suppose it's a big safety component as well.
Because it used to be the generators, the things, everything was all plumbed out. I thought that they just picked up the generator and left, but somehow the wiring got screwed up. So the wiring to the house.
That's really I'll bet not wiring is not really no use to them.
Right. Well, it is what it is. And so my thought right now is we have to roll back to the essentials, and what I'm looking at doing is putting where we can, what are the building codes to put a pellet stove in so that we could, Michelle has a pellet stove in the cabin. If she runs out of, if we lose electricity, which is highly likely, right, we didn't lose it today, then she has a generator, it's a battery that can run a pellet stove for like 3 days, and they're about $2,000. And it can run the pellet stove, and it can run my mother's blanket, and it can run a light. And we'll just give her a book. The book. I don't know what else to do.
It's like a big version of that thing we use on the table for the laptop.
Right.
It's just like a big, huge one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you gotta make sure it's charged up though. So.
And if it starts to run down, then we bring it up to the main house and we charge it there, and we charge it with you guys because you have electricity up there. You guys have a generator, so we plug it in to regenerate it if she runs out of power. Yeah, and I don't know how long that would take, but she.
When you get those outages, it's normally like 24 hours.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's been a few that have been. I'm not comfortable.
I remember 5 days.
2011.
Yeah. She's just like, well, I'll call Betsy, and I'm like, I don't think Betsy.
Well, if it's snow that causes it.
Well, like I kept trying to explain to her on the way home. She got really upset. Is that she's like, well, I can just go to Betsy, and I'm like, well, first of all, did you ask Betsy about that?
And Betsy might not be there.
Well, Betsy's on the same power grid, and Betsy's husband might not be thrilled with that idea. You don't know. And then just like if I've never had a generator in my entire life. Everybody has generators now, but when I lived in Oxford or down in South Carolina, we didn't have power in the community for 3 weeks. There was one person I lived in a place where people would have things like generators. Everybody just, there was one person that had a generator, so everybody went there to get coffee and cook food.
Yeah.
And but nobody has generators. Everybody has generators.
I suppose the other thing is people grill outside because you're right an outside community.
Yeah. But here the problem is when we would lose power would be the middle of a snowstorm, and therefore we can't get out. We can't get out. Like she would be stuck here.
And it is significantly colder.
Yeah. So we have to be prepared for that. If it was me, nobody seems to care that I don't have power, but I would just, be able to get up and walk up to your house and get a blanket and go deal with you guys.
Plug me in.
Cope with you people. But Carlene is not that portable, so we need to be able to keep her in the same place.
Yeah.
And she did not understand that concept, and she doesn't want to spend any money, but she's now hopefully I don't think she's speaking to me, but she's hopefully on board and getting a.
No, I've got a measuring tape.
She got me to measure from the corner of the window to where the hole for the thing would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
what was that measurement?
4 feet, but she was doing it 4 feet diagonal. It wasn't like I don't have to be like 4 feet that way.
Well, that's what I was.
Are you in the back corner?
No. She wants to under the
right
TV.
next to the TV. I mean, like.
And I was like, where are you going to put the TV? So I can't. Like she's really not.
So the thing that I didn't understand and what I was trying to ask, because she was quite adamant that it was 48 inches.
It is 48.
I said, but 48 inches to me, if they're worried about the window, it's to the middle of where the tube comes out the back of the thing. I said, but she wanted it to go in the diagonal, so obviously your horizontal wasn't 48 inches. Yeah. I said, well, I'm not sure that it's not the distance from the window. I'm not sure that you can count it as a diagonal.
Well, I went back to because she argued that point with me. I went back to the directions, and it's not very clear. But I did find something that was very interesting. It said 48 inches to a window that's open. A window that is permanently closed is 12 inches.
Right, but is that permanently closed?
Yeah, but we can make it permanently closed. What's the difference between a window that doesn't open and a window that opens?
Take the handle off it.
Yeah, take the handle off and just screw it down so it can never be open. We don't open those windows anyway. So maybe that's our workaround.
And it's actually only one window.
Yeah.
In fact,
Well, she wants
worst
to
thing, the worst is just
No,
that was her plan, and I'm like, no, we're not getting. I just bought those windows, but I don't mind screwing them permanently, and they're never going to be open.
Buy the pellets?
No, that was the show. So today she was.
you know, people there, like, between the office and the back here, like,
That's what I wanted to do, but she doesn't want to do that. She's not going to do that.
okay, so the area
all
where
right,
she's
so
in
here's
is a very
probably really
congested
boring for
area.
everybody else. It turns off, but the problem with so in the back, there's a window here, and then there's 36 inches here, and then you could put it in the corner, and it would be 12 inches from the corner. You could have it 48 at a diagonal here, and then this would be 48. I don't know how you would measure that, but it legally can go right here. The problem is there's cement that goes all the way up here that's covered by that wood thing. So you'd have to, in all the videos I've watched, because now I'm an expert, the pipe goes right out this way, and then it goes up outside. You'd have to go pipe up and then outside.
Well,
Right.
I don't think it needs to go up at all. As long as the vent at the end of it sticks.
Right, but the problem is that you'd have to drill through the concrete.
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, okay. So that's right. I think it should go in the corner.
Like remember Adriano and those guys, like the big drill thing for drilling holes through concrete?
Yeah, but is that not a foundation? That's
It's like the foundation.
So, as long as you're not doing it everywhere.
Right.
Right, well, if Janine ends up sitting on her mother's lap,
It's a single hole. I mean,
Okay, let's answer with that before
I
we
mean,
go
then you
on.
get to having bed folds.
I think you're probably right, but I was worried because I thought, well, I wouldn't want to touch that because that might be a structural thing.
Oh.
I don't know, but can you?
I mean,
But could you take the pipe that here's the pellet stove? Could you go like this and like this and like this, and then out
well,
inside the house?
No, I actually thought it had to be a direct
out. Yeah. So then you'd have to. Okay, but
Or
the other
you could raise the stove up.
Okay. But you'd have to, if you went to the direct back, you'd have to raise the stove up about this high. It should be like this.
just drill it out.
You'd have to climb up a
Yeah,
ladder to put
you
the
can definitely.
in.
I'm 99% sure you could just drill a hole through the concrete.
But it's that 1% I'm worried about.
I always drawn to the exotic solution of like taking the stove, mounting it on a platform this high, like the toilet.
Oh my God, this place is exhausting.
And then you'll need to get a wee fan for the top of
The
it.
easiest part about this property is Goldy's farm.
Yeah, I
The
know.
most difficult is the White House.
I know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, okay, so,
dear.
but the other, where she wants to put it, there's only a hole, about a foot of concrete. So we could put that on something and have it go right out. That would be all right.
Yeah, breeze blocks.
I just put it
Cement
on.
blocks.
Put it on big
Your mother loves cement blocks. You need to save them.
That'll make me very upset.
You know what? At this point, I don't. Well, she doesn't want to take it. I'm like, well, she keeps bringing stuff in to her apartment, and there's a lot of stuff in there. I'm like, okay, so if we do this, what's going to leave? And she's like, no, we'll just push all that to the back.
I thought I was doing really well. You know the massive computer desk, the metal one, where she cleared that, and I said to her, would you like me to remove it? And she went, I said, because I said, you need room to move around, and your dog. I said, because, I said, and it's useless space. And so I had her at a yes. I got a yes, and then she must have gone away and spoken to someone else, and she said, I decided not to, because I was going to put it in Justin's, because he cooks, so there's all surfaces. So I thought that was perfect. It doesn't leave the property. It's still, there if she needs it. And then she said, I've decided not to move it. I went, oh, I don't know how to even fit anything.
like hate that piece.
It's enormous.
Oh, that big.
It's just
huge.
it's the depth of it is. I mean, it's a way out.
It takes up so much room.
Yeah. But the doctor has said she needs to be up and moving.
Exactly.
And so she also feels that the doctor said that the Council on Aging, and this is where I'm like, I don't know what she said she's going to go to the Council on Aging and complain that they're not giving her enough services. But I'm like, I don't know if you want to do that because they've already offered, like, she could get 7 days a week meals, but she doesn't like the food. She wants fried clams.
Therein lies our problem.
I think that we've created a monster.
Yeah.
She doesn't like the food. She wants, like, very specific
And
food.
she doesn't want to go into any of the groups either, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, exactly. And so, everything that they offer, I don't know, and I was like, you know, we could call them. We could go there on Monday and see what other services, because I was like, they will give you rides to doctor's appointments, but they're going to show up with the van, and you're going to go with other people. And you're not going to be able to bring your, oh, she's like, I can't bring Larky to my doctor's appointment.
You know, I'm almost certain that fried clams is not on the list of services.
Yeah, I don't think so. And if they show up with fried clams, I wouldn't eat them.
Definitely not fried clams from the place down.
Oh, yeah.
Essex.
Yeah, she doesn't just want fried clams. She tells you which places you're allowed
Yeah,
to get
because
them.
it has to be the fat-bellied clams.
Yeah,
She doesn't like
yeah.
just the stale bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's.
I think
It's a
that
tricky.
they created a
Yeah,
monster.
and the other thing is, it's not. We're really on the outskirts of Ipswich, so it's not like we're in the centre, and just over there's the Council on Aging and the Town Hall. We're way at the other end and across that, Route 1, etc. So it's not easy just to say, oh, well, if you don't like it, we'll come and pick you up.
Yeah. Right.
Don't worry, we're like, no,
Right.
if you go, you stay.
Yeah.
A number of people I've had come to buy something on Facebook who were like, oh, I'm in Ipswich too. Yeah? Oh, great. Said, like, when are you going to come? He said, I'll be there in 5 minutes. Like, half an hour later.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is, it's very difficult, because she is actually,
I think her number one problem is that she doesn't have people coming to see her.
yes.
And so by creating all of this, us having, every time we go in there, we got to move something for her, we have to
Get a
measure
job.
something, we get a job. So which means that we all don't want to go in there because I'm like, I got so much stuff, and then I walk in and I got 6 more things to do. So it's this little sort of catch-22, but she doesn't have enough people to go. She wanted today to sit and talk. And I'm like, we're driving home, we're talking now. Isn't that enough? Yeah.
I think the problem is there's so much else goes on apart from the visit.
Yeah.
The animals take up a tremendous amount of time.
Yeah.
The weather's not helping things at the moment.
Yeah.
It was wet and wild and windy today.
Oh, yeah.
And everything just takes a bit longer, when it's like that. And with the best will in the world, you feel like you're chasing your tail.
Chasing my tail. Yeah. But the good news is, I really feel like what we do with Goldy Farm is really like.
I think
we're very unique, and
yeah.
I think that's very, very valuable.
Yeah.
So that is the number one priority for me, and I know a lot of people are complaining that I should be a better daughter and take care of my mother more, but she's happy with Goldy Farm, and she gets good care. It's just never the right quality and quantity.
Well, I think that there's been a very large change in her life. She's had people in the house 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
There's always been people to call on. There's always been a massive transfer of people coming through the whole property.
Yeah.
And
people don't come in the winter. We were doing great all summer. People were
Even
coming.
then, when it was service dog project, they had a lot of staff.
Yeah.
And
A lot of that. Yeah.
And there was people in and out all the time, and
Yeah.
there was people here 24/7, wasn't there?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
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 Even in night time.
Yeah. The puppy sitters. Yeah. But
It's
they're
not
talking. I mean, that service dog, the old service dog project before, before 2023, they were putting on 20 dogs a year, and
it's constant.
we had 40 dogs on the property, and 50 volunteers coming in and out, laundry getting done, everything was getting done. Just so many people that just enjoyed being here, and now, and since 2023, 22 and 23, it's just slowly gotten less and less and less and less and less. And now, you know, we did a good job this summer. She had lots of things going on, but in the winter, nobody wants to be outside, including us.
No. And the problem is, our program, we didn't design it to, you know, to have lots of people walk.
Right.
It was us going out with the animals, because that's why it's the outreach program. So we didn't, you know, we were a totally different concept. So,
and she hasn't been she's been in the hospital, hasn't had a lot of interaction. We all went and visited her, but she hasn't had a lot of interaction. And today she didn't want to come to Nail Farm because it's raining out. It's cold. It's miserable.
Yeah, she's sticky.
Yeah. So it's just the winters are hard in Massachusetts. That's why I don't ever want to be here. No. I was here all last year, and I will be here this year, but I'm going back and forth. That's what I'm doing. I'm going back and forth. So, yeah.
Well, but I think I was explaining, you know, the whole mission, and the developing mission in South Carolina is that what this essentially is well, Carleen is part of our program. We're following the mission. We're all following the mission and promoting the mission. And you know, you have a job to do, and you're going to start it in South Carolina, and hopefully you're building up a team of volunteers that will be able to maintain it and keep it going while you're not there. And then, with the best will in the world, you know, you actually have a home somewhere else, and a requirement to be in that home. You know, because one of your cars is registered down there. You know,
you transmission, but
but
so the thing about South Carolina is, you know, when I went there and we did the visit with Maria, she has, you know, therapy, you know, animal-assisted therapy with her, with Divinity Farm. She wants to do that. You know, there's several people. So, and what we've learned, especially even today, we brought a mini horse, Sterling. He has never been he's never done anything like this before. He got on the trailer, through the side door. He went on the elevator. He went into the
electric doors that
open and shut. He went into them, and he learned today how to be a therapy. This is his first time out. Give him 3 more times out, and he'll be as good as life. Because what we have is animals teaching other animals how to do the job. That's why.
Well, I think you should check his resume to make sure he's not done this before.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. He's probably like an old soul. But like Willow learned how to be a therapy dog from Malarkey, and that allows us to really expand. And down in Aiken, there's so many horse people and qualified animal people that could do this. That I don't need to go on the job here. Or you and Judy can easily carry a job without me at this point. And down there, give me a couple weeks, maybe a month, and Maria will be able to bring a pony and the dogs and everything safely into their home. And that's just the more people we see, because there's nobody that is doing what we do. People are bringing dogs. Occasionally, someone will bring in something other than a dog, but you don't get turkeys, you don't get rabbits, you don't get the circus.
No. And I think
you know, song today.
Oh, well, it wasn't us though. It's okay. That was a relief. But I think the other thing is, you know, the mission still has to stand on its own and move forward. And while, you know, we're a group, you know, we're an organization, and you know, because we're at the coal face, we're very aware of what's going on with your mum, but we can't stop the mission because we've got other things to attend to, because you don't give up work, because, you know, you can take paid leave, but that's about it, or unpaid leave, but the thing is...
But see, the whole Goldy Farm was really our attempt to create an atmosphere where my mother could continue bringing dogs places, and she would be involved, and she is still involved. I listen to her at the hospital. I listen to her wherever she goes. She's talking about, you know, she's part of a team that does this. And I don't know a lot of 88-year-old people that have the ability to be part of a, you know, work. And she's, you know, we bring her right along, and she loves that part. But the winters are going to be hard for her because she doesn't like going out in the cold.
That's a problem.
and the jobs aren't coming to us.
No.
We are
No.
closed to the wind.